Hi there everyone, welcome to yet another edition of Tips for Recruitment. Before we go into today's topic, let me quickly address an email that I received querying me on why I take a lot of time before I put up a new post. Eliana, due apologies for the delay. However, this delay is because after a particular episode, I tend to receive quite a number of questions on the topic that has been treated, while some others tend to send me requests for career advice. So I tend to take a long time responding to each and every individual. Now, depending on how many, it may take weeks, it may take days. So I'm really sorry. I just simply like to do things well, and I like to give everyone my undivided attention to ensure that we're all on the same page before I move on to another topic, so no one is left behind. I'm sorry once more, and thank you for your question. I hope I've been forgiven. Now, let's talk about this week. What are we going to talk about? Well, let's just talk about attitudes. Let's just talk about your mannerisms when you go for interviews. Would you believe if I said to you that interview processes differ from company to company? Why do I say this? If you're interviewing with someone like me, for instance, you get assessed from the moment you walk into the building. You know, I need to know, are you courteous? Are you respectful? You know, are you cordial? What sort of individual are you? Are you the one who is rude? The one who gives up this I'm better than you attitude? You know, what this is about is we want to know who the real you is. When you feel you're not being assessed, you tend to be yourself. Your real self will pop out. So we want to assess you when you feel that you're actually not being assessed. After all, you're at the reception chilling, waiting for your turn to be interviewed. So you'll be your real self. Now, depending on the role that in fact, for whatever role you're being interviewed for, you will be assessed. For some companies, if, let's say, for instance, you have said you're interviewing for GM or MD role and you have told them that your annual is 30, 20 million or whatever amount you have put, you should exude that amount. You will be assessed. The car that you pulled up in, the outfit, how expensive your outfit is. If you're wearing a perfume, what sort of perfume, how expensive it is, your tie, your shirt, your suit, your hair, your nails, your jewelry. Everything will be assessed. It will impact on the sort of negotiations you end up with to tell you the bottom line that you will leave that place with when you get to negotiations. So it is important for you to fit into the role that you're being interviewed for. Now, moving on. You will find some companies, you get to the reception, there are quite a number of you who are sat around, waiting for your turn to be interviewed. And then somebody will just strike up one odd topic for you guys to talk about. And the natural thing is, oh, this is a wee-wee situation. I mean, no big deal. You chip in. What you do not realize is that some employers put in their own employees. So they all sit around with you. You think that, we're all candidates. No, you're being assessed. At that time, they're picking your brain. They want to know the sort of person you are, how you think. They want to know the sort of opinions you have on certain things. Are you the type who is religious to a fault? Who has certain hiccups here and there about certain things? Do you have certain phobias about certain things? All those things will be in question. So when you go for an interview, you have to be at your utmost best behavior. Put your best foot forward. Meanwhile, there's a snag in doing this. If what you're doing is faking it till you get the job, ensure that you fake it till the day you resign from that job. Because the moment you get the job and then the real you comes up and you're something other than what it is that your CV has packaged and what they have seen you've packaged yourself to be, you may be exited. Understand that the first few months that you're on a job, you're on probation, be it 3 months, 6 months, some companies 9, some 12. Take time. Take time to ensure that you speak right, You cross your T's, you dot your I's, you pronounce your words carefully, you just put up your best. Best behavior is what you call this. No time for slacking. If you want this job, you need to do the right things, say the right things. When you're eventually in the room where you'll be interviewed, some give you that air of, I'm better than you, you guys want me, come and have me. They don't think that they should greet. They stand there looking at you. In fact, some walk in and just sit down, look at you as in, okay, I'm here, so hey, ask your questions. That won't work for you. While some others, when you're even asking them questions, they just, their minds are not even there. It's an interview. You need to be your best. I don't know how else to say it. Take time to be the best that you can be if you want to be employable. Some others don't even listen to the questions being asked. Will ask one thing, they would answer something else, and you're wondering, okay. And your CV has said that you pay attention to details. You're not even attentive to the questions that are being asked. So what's the point? Some will be told, okay, tell us about yourself, and you start to tell us about your nickname, how many children your parents have, your grandparents are still alive. It would amaze you what we have heard. Listen, be concise. I went to this school. I graduated with this. This is the job that I have done. If you have had more than one job role, talk about each role. What you did, the success that your success stories. Keep it short, concise, be professional. No need for all the nicknames and pet names and what middle child, last child are you. This is a professional setting, not a family gathering. Do you understand? Anyway, I just thought to just chip this in very quickly so you guys have something to work on in case you have an interview coming up. Next time, I'm going to work on getting a colleague of mine to come and speak to you about how to respond to questions when you go for an interview. Because I want to give you guys a sense of a different view from mine so that you understand, how this works, how HR professionals see candidates, So until that time, I wish you all a very, very splendid week. Don't forget to keep researching to make yourself better. Take care and bye-bye.